D. Renee's The OT Chronicles. Thanks for hitting that play button. Thanks for subscribing. Make sure you like and you comment as well. We are going to get into Occupational Therapy 101. So, the first thing I'm really going to talk about is basically the definition. Pretty simple, right? Okay, now our definition is pretty straightforward. So I'm going to read the one from the American Occupational Therapy Association, and then from there I'm going to explain it, break it down a little bit better, and kind of give you my perspective on what occupational therapy is. Alright, so according to AOTA, occupational therapy is an allied health profession with a defined process of providing services. Services are provided in a variety of settings to anyone experiencing less than optimal occupational performance/satisfaction. Now, you're probably like, what are you talking about, occupational performance? You're using these like OT terms, allied health profession. You're like, what? Let me break it down. Like, hold the phone, hold up. Let me break it down for you. So, occupational therapy is essentially helping people become independent again through performing meaningful activities or occupations. Now, in occupational therapy, just like every other profession, we do have specific terms that we use when we're documenting or when we're kind of speaking to each other. So, occupational performance, that is one of our OT terms. So it's okay if you don't know what that means. Okay, so now what occupational therapy means to me. It's essentially what I previously said. I believe that occupational therapy, and as occupational therapists, we essentially help people become independent again through performing meaningful things that they really find are very effective, very important in their life. So if somebody really loves spending time with their family, I'm going to create activities around using their family members, around using like a family ties, things like that to help them get better, because honestly it's really hard to help a patient who doesn't have that motivation or who doesn't want to get better. So by me using meaningful occupations or meaningful activities in another sense, by helping them with their treatment, they're kind of like helping themselves but having fun with it. In OT, we love to have fun. We're super creative. We honestly can make activities out of literally anything. You give me a toy and I will make the perfect activity for a kid, okay? And I'm saying that just because I went through pediatrics. I'm about to go through geriatrics, which is a whole nother boat, which we haven't started, so don't ask me about geriatrics. All right, for example, let's say I have received a request as an occupational therapist to go and eval a patient who has just suffered from a brain injury. I go, I do the eval, I meet the patient, I see the family, and then automatically I notice that it's not just an eval for attention or sustaining attention. It turns into an eval where I'm addressing memory, where I'm addressing. So, let's say for example, I get a request as an occupational therapist and someone would like me to eval one of their patients. Okay, so I'm like, okay, cool. I go, I see the patient, I see the family, and I start my OT eval. Now, they may have originally requested me because they saw that there were some discrepancies in that patient's attention. And so I could have been like, okay, let me just look at attention. But I know that as an occupational therapist, I can't just look at attention. I need to look at the whole person. So I know they have a diagnosis of a brain injury and that I know I'm there for attention. But let's say I notice that they have memory issues. Let's say I notice that they're having eye discrepancies between both eyes and not both eyes are reacting the same way. I'm going to take that information. I'm going to change my treatments now. So that's a great example of me saying that they have been requested for one thing, but I went in and I saw the patient myself and I noticed that there's a lot of things that need to get addressed here. And so I'm going to change, and then the way that I treat them is going to change as well. Okay, so the final part of this is going to be, why is occupational therapy important? People are probably like, well, we have PTs, we have social workers, we have doctors. Why do we need OTs? OT is extremely important. We're important because we honestly look at our patients holistically. Now, not every profession can say that, and I pride on OTs being able to say that because I honestly look at the patient from head to toe. Now, if you don't know what holistically means, that means we look at the full whole body person. So I'm looking at their mental health, I'm looking at their physical health, I'm looking at their spiritual health, I'm looking at everything of that person. And then I'm trying to see how can I help them in the best way by using meaningful activities. And if I feel that maybe I'm not the best person, I'm going to ask for help. And so I'm going to lean on other professions. As occupational therapists, we work with PTs, we work with social workers, we work with nurses, we work with doctors, we work with eye doctors, we work with foot doctors, we work with acupuncturists, we work with everyone. We know that, yes, we're seeing the whole person, but we know that we can't do everything and we need another team. How occupational therapy is important is because we're just us. We're different. We're special. We look at that full person and we really do make impacts with our patients every single day. All right, so that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for playing it. Thank you so much for the views on my last video. I'm doing extremely well, so yes, thank you guys so much for that. Make sure you stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be a day in the life of an OT student. You're going to follow me around for the first week of school. You're going to be seeing what I go through for OT school, but then also some bits and pieces of my job as well, because I do have 3 jobs. So yes, if you're super excited for that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys.